Hey, what's up, everybody? The Amazing here, bringing you a special review of the Marvel Legends ToysRus 2-pack of Ant-Man Scott Lang and Cassie Lang, Ant-Man and Stinger. So, let's get started. If you don't know who Stinger is and you haven't been reading comics, it is Cassie Lang brought back after Avengers, the Children's Crusade story, with, Ant-Man got his daughter back and she decides to take up super heroics again. And long story short, she is now Stinger, using pin particles. Scott Lang is still Ant-Man, doing all his cool adventures, trying to be a reformed villain, gone straight. Ex-con gone straight, I should say. So, real quick, we're going to go into Stinger. As we can see, she uses the wasp wings and the clear blue translucent. Part of me wants to actually use these for my Janet wings because they look so nice. But you don't get that extra folding set under. They just give her one set. Now, as far as articulation goes, it's standard female articulation, where it's you have a kind of a swivel joint here. The neck actually is pretty nice because it extends all the way up to allow for flight poses. The wings actually go up and down. They can rotate because it's on a ball joint. They actually, like I said, they look really nice being a translucent blue. And the legs have thigh swivel. They're double jointed. There's also calf swivel as well, which I think is really cool that they added. There's all your average toe and ankle pivot. You only get one hand that's open and one hand that's closed, so you don't have all those extra pair of hands. And I know tons of people are going to be mad because there is no double jointed female besides Proxima Midnight. But, that doesn't really worry me because, if you really wanted to pose, you do it. And as you can see, Stinger actually looks really cool. I like this a lot. She looks really, really good. So it's one of those things where I didn't expect it to actually be so nice, but it really is. You get what you pay for most of the time. Not all the time, I guess. But with this, I'm pretty happy. It's a nice, simple Stinger, and it's in a 2-pack with Scott, so it's not like you'll get her any other way. So you should take advantage if you really are a Young Avengers fan or a Cassie Lang fan. It's really dope. Now, as far as Scott Lang goes, it actually uses the most modern costume using the Legacy stuff. It's updated with nice bright reds and blacks. It's really, really nice. You don't get any extra hands, but if you happen to have an extra black suit Spider-Man, I suggest you actually just heat up his joints and try to swap those hands out and paint those red rectangular, well, not rectangular, but uh, shapes on his arms because the shapes are actually here. So it has a nice bit of red and black contrast that I think is really cool. And I believe this is using the Spider-Man 2099 body. So you actually have a ton of articulation and butterfly joint swivel. And I feel like this is mostly the updated bodies, like them trying to make the use of it, but they should actually put it more to use. I haven't seen it on too many bodies, and I think this actually should be the brand new body. One thing I really like is that this chest plate, or should I say upper plate, doesn't hinder Scott's articulation in any way. I know sometimes things get sculpted on the characters and they tend to lose articulation. He doesn't lose any. One thing that's actually really weirded me out is that right here at the helmet is not actually glued on. It's almost like a helmet was glued on over his body. So there might be actually another head sculpt under there, which is really cool because if you look really closely, he's smirking under there. So I'm really enjoying this look. So you get your average waist, your ab crunch, which I like the clicking sound. I've always liked that. It's like a Revoltech to me. You have your thigh cuts. You have your articulation. You actually have your super duper lower calf cut. And you have your extreme ankle pivot for it being a Marvel Legend, which is always pretty good. But this is a nice 2-pack. It's a nice updated look at Ant-Man, which I'm really enjoying, especially because I'm enjoying him being in Guardians of the Galaxy. It's really, really fun to see him drawn. And it's really fun to see him in Infinity Countdown, being drawn by Aaron Kuder. So, really enjoying that. Overall, because I'm just really into comics, I felt like I should review this because I don't think Scott Lang gets enough love. So real quick, he's pretty dope. Real quick, let's do a size comparison with these guys and a bunch of other figures from different lines so you can see what's going on. Let's get these guys standing straight up so they look cool. And I guess since these guys are going to take the spotlight, I can't put too many figures in front of them. Let's get Cassie's wings to fold down a bit. Oop. Stop knocking down Scott. Real quick, though, I'm actually going to compare them to an SH Figuarts Doctor Strange. And as you can see, he's smaller than them. But since Scott Lang can change his size, this actually works out in his favor to actually swap things up and do things different. It's really nice. Shout out to CJ for this cloth cape as well. I'm going to get into that later. Here he is next to a normal Marvel Legends Blade with the Wesley head. And as you can see, he's a little bit smaller. Same thing for Stinger. So for her to be 15, I think it actually may weird people out that she's pretty tall, but she also has pin particles. So again, that works in her favor for a size comparison. Here they are next to the Mary Jane body with the Janet Van Dyne head, and I thought this was pretty cool. But as you can see, she's still smaller than a normal female Marvel Legends body, so I think it still works. Here they are next to an SH Figuarts Kamen Rider X8. So even though he's bigger and she's bigger, she's about the same size as X8 and all that good jazz. He's actually pretty small. SH Figuarts are normally smaller than Marvel Legends, so she's right in that perfect range. Here they are next to a Mezco Black Adam. So they fit actually really well with the Mezco stuff because they're generally around the same size as Black Adam. And just to compare to another Marvel Legend, considering Blade may be in some sort of anomaly, here they are next to a Mr. Fantastic. And, oh wait, here we go. One more. Here they are next to a Synthetic Toys. Oh, sorry. Next to a 1000 Toys Synthetic Human. I am just mixing up my words. So as we know, Marvel Legends are normally 6-inch scale. You can't really call them 1/12, but they're a 6-inch scale line. But they normally scale really well with a whole bunch of other things. You can even use force perspective if you feel like things are a little too big or too small. But I think that with the Ant-Man stuff, it actually works out that you can shift around and do whatever size it is that you want. That's part of the fun of playing with Ant-Man and Stinger toys. I should say Ant-Man and Wasp. But yeah, really enjoyed it overall. And I felt like I should review these because I'm a big Scott Lang fan. He's come such a long way. And I'm enjoying it. In the meantime, guys, hope you enjoy this special review. Hope you do good. I hope you be good. Continue to drink your water. Later.